What is up, Cyber Family? I have not been on here in a very long time. Well, at least 2 weeks. I have been so busy with family things, and my brother in law got married. I'm so happy for him. Trying to find another job, just so much stuff going on in the past 2 weeks that I just had to take a break, clear my head, figure out what I wanted to do, and just reevaluate my life. Um, One thing that I wanted to talk about today, and again, if you all haven't figured out who I am Toy Xavier, and you're watching Toy Xavier TV. Anywho, um, I've been doing a lot of thinking just basically about how culture, how we've evolved into certain levels of intelligence, some higher than others, I should say. One of the things that's been bothering me lately is that I've noticed a lot. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older. Could be something I did when I was a teenager as well. But I've noticed a lot that people of the African American culture, I should say, certain age levels, some even adults. I'm not just gonna just single out adults, just single out teenagers as well. Have a bad tendency of being very disrespectful. I'm talking about to the point where you're trying to explain something to them or tell them something that's going to benefit them in the long run, and they end up responding with such negativity, nasty, cussing you out, this, that. I mean, just saying all type of hateful things, and it's like they just don't understand that if it wasn't for the law, I would take my fist and run it down their throat and rip their esophagus out. That's what I really want to do when they start talking like that. But I have to tell myself, Toya, you can't do that because you would go to jail and you may actually hurt this kid, possibly kill them. Or they may turn around and hurt you. Who knows? But that's what I want to do. I just want to like rip the esophagus out and just say, you know what? Shut up. Okay? And listen. But a lot of it comes from my opinion, the upbringing from the parents. I feel like if your parents are disrespectful to people, even on under any circumstances, under any occasion, then of course the child will be eventually, because if the parents doesn't say, hey, there's a way of getting your point across without being rude and disrespectful, people will actually listen. And then not all the time, it's just not going to be a perfect free ride all the time. It's just that it helps calm down the situation and keeps a civil situation under control to a certain extent. If you just talk like you got some sense and be respectable, that's all people. So, oh, by the way, yeah, I just downloaded this app for my phone. I have a Nokia Windows phone. And the one thing that I dislike about this phone is that some of the apps that it has, it's like nowhere near as vast as an actual Droid. But I tried out the Nokia Microsoft phone because I can do a lot of more of like Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft things like that, and PowerPoint from this phone without having to download an app or actually go to my laptop. I can use from the palm of my hand. But when it comes to like YouTube uploads and stuff like this, I had to search the App Store for a YouTube uploader. And this is my first time trying it out. So if it doesn't work, you will never get to see this at all. But anyway, back to what I was saying about disrespectful to kids. I live in an apartment complex and we have a pool. And the pool only goes to 4 feet. It's 3 and 4 feet deep. Well, me having teenage boys myself, ages 15 and 17, um, I have to explain to them that you just can't mob up into a residential complex pool with 30 of your African American male friends, thinking you all going to have a party and y'all can flipping and jumping in 4 feet of water when there's a big sign that says no diving, shallow water. Well, not only do you have 30 and 40 of your mobbing friends, but you also are just flipping off the bricks and everything into 4 feet of water and there's little kids around. So of course you're gonna get kicked out the pool. My thing is this: if you don't live over here, or if you don't live in the apartment complex, if you're coming over to swim, even if you're sneaking over to swim, stay low. Don't do anything stupid to draw attention to yourself and say, "Hey, who are these retarded motherfuckers over here jumping in our pool that we're paying hard-earned money for, and we're paying rent? You don't even live over here." Then you want to get smart with maintenance or the manager because they tell you to leave. You don't live over here. You don't live over here. You don't pay rent over here. You probably don't even pay rent where you live at. So go home and act stupid over there. Tear up their property. And this is the reason, and I'm gonna be very stereotypical. This is the reason why when African Americans move into a specific area, the property value drops. And it's not because we're just that much, we have that much negative, energy about us that I was like, oh, black person's coming in. My house that was now $250,000 only worth 80. No, it's not that. It's the simple fact that the ones that work hard for things that we have and go to college and get an education, or just hard work and appreciate the things we have majority, a lot of us, I'm not going to say majority, a lot of us tend to forget that the reason why other cultures, specifically whites or Asian, or, let's just say even, Indian cultures, have certain things like nice neighborhoods, they have nice communities, is because they appreciate it. They work hard for it. If you take, let's go ahead and be real. If you take a hood rat from a slum, and their parents lived in a slum, and and everybody lived in this one community of just ghettoism, and you take this family and you say, okay, we see that you went to college, you got a good job, this is how you live, but at the same time, this is your new income, this is what you're going to be doing because you did work hard, you got a degree, and you said, hey, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do something with my life. You take this family and you put them in a middle-class neighborhood where you can walk across the street to the store and they'll have everything you need. You can walk down to the next corner, there's a nice restaurant, there's a nice little shopping strip center, then there's a gas station across from it, and there's a fire station. It's like a nice little community. You can actually take a walk with your family and your kids without people yelling obscenities out the window. Hey, little mama, hey, little mama, damn, little mama, you fine. You fine, little mama. Hey, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Don't have to worry about that. But my thing is this: you had to worry about that when you were in your other neighborhood because that's the type of people that lived over there. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, get pissed off about it, say, oh, you're being stereotypical, Latoya. That's very, very, very Republican of you to say such a thing like that. Guess what? Whatever. It is what it is. At the end of the day, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. So my thing is this: and you bring them to this neighborhood, and you have a multicultural environment, different races and things like that. Well, because people don't educate themselves, they don't get their mentality mind out of what they see and what they're surrounded by, then they're never going to understand, how to be around other cultures. They're going to bring the same ignorant shit that they do in this slum neighborhood to this middle class neighborhood, and then feel like because they can afford it, they can do it. But my thing is, eventually this nice neighborhood that you just moved to, that you feel like, oh, I've came up in the world, I've done something with myself, is going to look just like the same piece of shit area that you came from, for the simple fact you and your people ruined it, being stupid, ignorant, sitting outside all the time. Like, my biggest pet peeve: littering, throwing your damn trash on the ground. When you got a trash can right inside your house, you can just get up off your porch or outside your car and you're going to pass about 4 or 5 dumpsters on your way in. You're going to walk and just literally just throw the shit on the ground. Like, fuck it. Throw it on the ground. It's not going to disappear. It's going to look just like the same shithole neighborhood you just came from. Just like that. So I be damned if my rent $1,400 a month and I got to go outside and I see your kids garbage can, what you call those sandwich bags, wrappers on the ground, your candy wrappers on the ground, chip bags on the ground, surrounded all by the bushes of these beautiful azaleas. But at the same time, you want to be talking crazy to people because somebody says you just stop doing it. Just stop. That's the whole point. I mean, we all have to be on this planet. We all have to be here. Every single race, every culture, every religion. This is our world. This is our home. It ain't just your home in this particular area. This whole entire planet is everybody's home. And if it comes, it keeps getting screwed up and messed up by just simple things about people not picking up after themselves and taking their ass to the trash can, throw it in the garbage. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to end up with nothing. Just like, I mean, we're not going to have anything. We're not going to even exist anymore. But it's like, and it starts with this. It starts with the little things, property values, different cultures actually becoming a intelligent species altogether. Not just about, oh, blacks are going to be this and blacks are going to be that and whites are going to be this and whites are going to be that and Asians are going to be this and Asians are going to be that. It's not even about that. It's about everybody taking the time and taking the moment to say, hey, I can be this ignorant person right here and I can do all this ridiculous stuff, or I can become this intelligent species and bring intelligence to the remaining species of this planet and become and growing as a culture, as a race, as a species, as mankind, period. Was that too deep for you all? I do apologize if you don't understand. Pick up a book and read sometimes and you will see what I'm talking about. And I hold myself responsible for certain things that I do, but I try to tell myself, hey, make a point to change. Make a point to change this. You can't do this. You can't, because I have a very short temper and I get a little upset. And sometimes I get crazy and everyone say, hey, first of all, you got nothing. It doesn't prove anything. But that people can take you there. They really can. But at the end of the day, it's just something I just wanted to vent today. I haven't been on here in a long time. I've just been noticing a lot of things that has been really, 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 truly getting under my skin. And it's sad because I have 2 teenage African American boys, and it's like they're automatically labeled the minute they hit society. And my thing is, I try my best to teach them. Teenagers are gonna be teenagers. All teenagers think that they are invincible, that the world revolves around their asses, and they are unstoppable. But at the end of the day, me as a parent, I have to try to teach them, the world doesn't care about you, especially you. And I mean, when I say you with intensity, I mean an African American teenage male. You're automatically labeled as a criminal, a thug, trouble, period. And when you come in with your 16 groups of, 16 of y'all deep and stuff, people gonna automatically think they're about to start something. And then when you go out there and some of y'all acting crazy, some of you are proving a point to every white person that says it, every Asian person that says it, even the high class African American families that say it. You're proving them right every time. So my thing is, act like you have some sense. Respect your parents. And parents, try to teach your children something other than the nay. Try to teach them something other than being disrespectful towards stereotyping and being just downright disrespectful altogether. Sometimes if you take the chance, teach your child that, hey, at the end of the day, we are all on this planet together, but some people are just not going to act right, and you cannot stoop to their levels. You have to move forward and rise higher than that in order for you to even be noticed as a decent person. You have to. There's no way around it. But anyway, I just want to sit here and vent for a minute and expect more. Like, comment, and subscribe. And one question I wanted to ask you, do you feel that your culture is labeled, not just African, is labeled, not just African Americans in general? What do you think about stereotyping and cultures being labeled as specific standards, having certain standards and things like that? So just like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll tune in next week. And you're watching Towards Xavier TV. Memphis.